Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast, a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. We are happy to have our co-host, Simbaza, host and creator of the Simbaza podcast, originating from the Republic of Kenya. He has established himself as a distinguished figure in the podcasting community. His work has been recognized with 3 nominations for Best African Diasporan Podcast by the African Podcast and Voice Awards, along with a nomination for Best Blog by the Texas Creator Awards. Since 2023, Sambaza has been a featured presenter at the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival, and more recently contributed to the 2025 and 2026 Podfest. Hey, Sambaza.
Hey Jen, what's up?
Yeah, hanging in there.
How are you doing today?
Good. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm here today. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's me today, Sambaza, and I just wanted to introduce you all to the Sambaza podcast. And Jen, today we're doing our Black History Month. And just before we get into everything else, how have you been, Jen?
Doing well. Ready for the weekend, but yeah, I'm
Hmm.
doing pretty good.
Oh, okay. Africa Podcast Day is coming soon, so we are getting ready to celebrate that for podcasters. And what else happened? Oh, Bad Bunny. Ooh, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did. I was really impressed with the halftime show, and I love how he's snuck the culture in there. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a great show. I did enjoy my little Spanish that I have known to put to use, and hey, it is what it is. It was
Yeah,
great.
I'm pretty good. I was really close to having a minor in Spanish,
Oh,
so I found myself afterwards looking up lyrics and the songs and stuff like that just because it's like, okay, I gotta know. But yeah, I liked it. I wasn't familiar with him ahead of time, even though he
mm,
did have a song with Cardi B.
mm.
Um, but yeah, I'm feeling it. So I've been listening to some Bad Bunny.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So, well, as usual, everything is going on. Let's start our day in a nice way by doing our affirmations of the day. Just to let you guys know, we're on StreamYard, Facebook, um, Clubhouse, and YouTube, or wherever you watch your videos from. We're happy to have you guys around. I was trying to hold up fort with Substack, but the Substack is not Substacking today, so we'll miss out on that Substack. But everything else, we're all having a good day. So, with the affirmation, which I always start off with, Jen, we're going to do the affirmation of the day, which is the affirmation for Black History Month. It says, Black is beautiful, bold, and brilliant. I'll repeat that again.
Hmm.
Black is beautiful, bold, and brilliant.
Okay, very nice. And is there a proverb to share?
Hey, Erica. Erica is on TikTok. We met over at Podfest. Great
Okay.
person and really cool peoples. So, Jen, I did travel this time. I did manage to actually travel. Can you imagine? Yeah. Anyway, I traveled, went all the way to Zaire. So people say Zaire, but it's Zaire.
Mhm.
Yeah. It has a population of 23 million, and it's the most populous francophone country in Africa. Francophone means they speak French as their first language.
Hmm.
Now, if you remember in 1974, some of us were being born at that time. Kinshasa hosted the famous heavyweight fight, which was between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, the late Muhammad Ali and the late George Foreman. So, one thing curious about Kinshasa, the capital,
Mhm.
it is divided. It's about 5 kilometers. That's about 3 miles, approximately 3 miles across the river. It's divided by a river,
Mhm.
Congo, and this is the country called Congo, the capital of Brazzaville, and Kinshasa. They're very close together, making them the closest cities in the world, closest capital cities in the world. Um, Another thing is these guys have what you call a mayonnaise culture. Now, the Belgium, they were conquered by Belgians, King Leopold. Now, we'll not get into that. That has a whole lot of history in there. But
Mhm,
when they cook their food, they use a lot of mayonnaise on their food,
mhm.
like with the fish and the plantains, with bananas. So they add a lot of mayonnaise because of
Hmm,
that influence. Yeah.
that's
So
surprising.
true. Now, for the proverb from the country of Zaire,
Mhm.
is in every village there's a white chicken.
What does that mean?
Every village there's a white chicken. Come on now, there's a white chicken. White chicken. Every village has a white chicken.
Hmm.
Let's go. What do you think about the proverb?
Well, I guess be original. Don't be like everybody else. I don't know.
Get it?
Yeah.
So I'll give you context in Kenya. So you don't want to have a white chicken because they use that and take it to the medicine man or the healer. So you usually would not like to have white chicken hanging around your house in Africa, because as soon as you have them, somebody will come and ask you for it and say, "Hey, can I take this to the healer or the medicine man to use it?" But in this context, I think we are going to say that there's always that unicorn, that person that is out there that will be different. Like you
Mhm,
said, somebody's going to be stand out and be different, not like the everybody else. Like sheep all fall in line. You'll
mhm,
have
mhm,
someone like the lone wolf, the person who's always thinking out aloud. So um, the the proverb tells you, just be sure in anything you do, if you're looking out well, or you're trying to look out in terms, if you're going to politics, or
mhm.
you're trying to identify somebody who will get you in, right? Look for the white chicken, because there's always a white chicken. I think I've even told you the story. Like, doesn't matter where you are, they may be hostile, but there's
Mhm.
always that one person that's going to be different, who's going to tell you, "Hey, man, come on in. Let's have a drink, and let's make you feel friendly." So
Okay.
that's what the proverb for today
Oh
says.
God, that's
Yeah.
you definitely have to know the context on that one because I did not know what to make of that one. But
Oh,
yeah, okay.
it's pretty easy. If you look at it, it's yeah, one of those. But let's start today. What do you got for today? We're doing what I remember last week we did a PechaKucha style, right?
We did. So, welcome back to our Black History series. We decided to do a Pecha Kucha style presentation battle, if you will, to highlight a lesser known Black history figures. And so, Pecha Kucha is a Japanese presentation style that is heavily based on visuals. So we will have some visuals and some information about some great Black history figures to share. If you were with us last week, you would have known or you would have seen and heard our presentations that had some great visuals, mine especially, that included some AI
What?
video and such. So
Oh,
yeah, just to get the information out there, bring some creativity to the presentation. And I am dipping my toe in the PechaKucha. You're a pro. You've been on the stage doing PechaKucha at Podfest and all.
but it's not really hard. And I liked
Hmm.
yours. Last week we were talking about what's it that we talked about?
So Gladys West and Anna Julia Cooper.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
and I did Cooper, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you did. So the thing was, we're highlighting the people who are not highlighted as much, and we have to kind of look out for them. And we also ask for suggestions. You got a suggestion
I
from Denise. Shout out
did.
to Denise Bonvillain, all the way from New Orleans. That's where she checks in from.
Yes, prior
And
guest of the show.
yes, and so she gave us a suggestion to use Selma Burke, right?
Mhm.
Okay. But mine is going to be for Claudette Colvin.
Mhm.
Now, Claudette, why don't we play that? That
Are
would
you ready?
be, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So yeah, we were just setting it up that we were doing a visual presentation to discuss two great Black history figures in our Black history series. So stay with us as we go through the month and give you some good info. And at this time, we will share some information. Okay, let's see. Let me.
Welcome to the 2026 Sambaza podcast, celebrating Black History Month with a focus on an often overlooked figure in the civil rights movement. We are challenging the narrative today by talking about Claudette Colvin. Born in Montgomery, Alabama in 1939, she grew up in one of the poorest neighborhoods. At just 15 years old, this high school sophomore became pivotal in standing up against bus segregation. She later became a key plaintiff in the landmark Browder versus Gayle case. On March 2, 1955, 9 months before Rosa Parks, Colvin refused to move to the back of a segregated bus. She cited her constitutional right to remain seated as a paid ticket holder. Colvin was the first to be arrested for challenging Montgomery's bus segregation policies. She was taken to an adult jail and later found guilty of assault and battery of a police officer, despite testimony to the contrary. The federal court case, Browder versus Gayle, was filed by Fred Gray. Colvin's testimony helped lead to the November 1956 decision that bus segregation was unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. Colvin was the first to plead innocent and challenge the law, but her young, unwed, and pregnant status was deemed undesirable by civil rights groups. They feared the press would use her circumstances to discredit their efforts. Claudette Colvin later stated, "If I had not made the first cry for freedom, there wouldn't have been a Rosa Parks." Her story was fully detailed in a book published in 2009. Finally recognized as a hero, her juvenile record was expunged in 2021 at age 82. Claudette Colvin passed away in January 2026, an American hero worthy of more accolades.
Right. Great job.
Thank you. This was one of the people who were not known, and like you said, I discovered it through regular NPR. I was driving actually just last month. She just passed away last month, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's when I discovered her. When I was going to the Podfest, is when I listened and found that story. Um, I think the lessons here that we need to learn, which I'm going to highlight, is the fact that we need to stand up when something is wrong. It's wrong. And one thing they feel I didn't add. There was a lot to add. And what's curious about this? When you go searching, there's so many different variances of the story that you'll get. It's not the first. You'll try to find out. When you go digging in, you find out one version of the story, and then you find other versions. I mean, history has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
versions. But the thing about her is she kept quiet and went silent when she moved to the Bronx later on in her life and when she got married.
Mm-hmm.
She does encounter Rosa Parks along the way because Rosa Parks is the one who was also mentoring them in the NAACP, I think, with the Women League
Mm-hmm.
part. She was being mentored by her, and they would have these conversations, and they would pass each other. Um, I think you may say she may have drawn inspiration, and her being young brought the idea of we got to make a change right now. And with this, I would also throw in the kids who are actually in Texas, that are doing a walkout against ICE right now. It's your First Amendment right that you're allowed to protest peacefully, not in a harsh way. Just go out there, state what you need to state. There's nothing wrong with that. You are allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing that they did was they decided it was going to be on one single day. However, they decided to break it up into different days. As much as the Texas Education Authority tells them that they're going to be punished, the school districts have been put on notice. There's nothing you can do. They were given suspension at my local school here. They were given a suspension, so they had to go to school on Saturday. But guess what? It worked. The
Hmm.
punishment itself means that you guys have to go sit in school on a Saturday. They have to add extra teachers to sit and watch over you, which means it's taking off their time. And somebody's got to pay them for that, or I guess something. There's a change, so
Hmm.
there's a ripple effect that's causing that. So if all the schools around Texas are doing it, I think it brings the idea that stand up for your right, do what you have to do as long as it's right, do it the right way, and you'll see the results. So I'm gonna give a shout out to the kids who are going out to protest. That's what it's all about, and this is where it starts, right from here, from Miss Colvin.
For sure. I mean, and we've talked about, the various different movements that have gone on across the country, the Ferguson uprising being one. We had Tori Russell on, and he shared that, there's many different ways to participate and support a movement. Everybody's not going to be out there on the streets marching. We need people to make phone calls and emails, support the ones that are out on the street, the ones that have been taken in and need financial support. It's just so many different ways to support movements. Even with the ICE situation, I think some people on social media have shared that you can, call your, Congress person. So many different ways to get involved. And yeah, so we challenge you, to find a way to get involved if you feel strongly about a situation. You don't have to sit in silence. You know what I mean? So I agree.
Right.
For sure. All right. We learned some information here about Claudette Colvin. Our next figure will be Selma Burke. Are we ready? Okay. Okay, let's get in position. And thank you guys for tapping in on the various platforms. The chat is open. Feel free to engage us in the chat. Our audio episode will be up soon. We're catching up on audio. So we appreciate you guys for tapping in. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right. Imagine a young girl in Mooresville, North Carolina, yelling by a riverbed. This is Selma Burke. While other kids were playing, Selma was fascinated by the white clay she found in North Carolina soil. She pressed her fingers into it, feeling the urge to shape the world around her. Selma actually began her professional life as a nurse, moving to New York during the Harlem Renaissance. When World War II broke out, she didn't just stay in the studio. She became one of the first Black women to join the Navy. While serving her country, she was perfecting her craft, eventually winning a Rosenwald fellowship to study under the masters of Tasso and Matisse in New York. If you look at the Roosevelt dome in the wallet, you'll see the initials JS for John Senior. Many historians and Selma Burke herself knew a different truth. In 1944, Selma won permission to spell FDR. Selma's sketch became the bronze plaque, which now sits at the Reporter News Building in Washington, D.C. When the dime was released in 1946, her profile was a mirror image of the bronze plaque. While the U.S. Mint never officially corrected the record, FDR's own son, James Roosevelt, later acknowledged that his father's image on the coin likely came from Selma's pen. It remains one of the greatest uncredited contributions in American numismatic history. Beyond the dime, her legacy is cast in bronze across America. She founded the Selma Burke Art Center in Pittsburgh because she
Is the
believed
way of increase the volume? It's low.
especially those with an often left out of the gallery. Selma Burke didn't go completely unnoticed. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter honored her with a Lifetime Achievement Award, and she received several honorary doctorates. She worked well into her 90s,
All the way.
proving that creativity has no expiration date. She passed away in 1995. But every time you look at a dime or see a sculpture that celebrates Black dignity, you are seeing the hands of Selma Burke at work. Okay.
Wait, how were you able to hear everything?
Yes, were you not? It was
No,
a little low, but
no. But if you had put when you put it up there and increase the volume, it was much better.
oh, gotcha. You want me to go back a little bit?
Yeah, go back a little bit.
Okay.
All right, all the way.
It's
Why
too
you why you skimming?
much.
Why are you skipping on the volume? I can't hear.
Eventually,
No, I can't hear. Jen, I'm serious. I can't hear. So just increase it all the way to the top.
it's like
All right.
Picasso and Matisse in Europe. If you look at the Roosevelt dime in your wallet, you'll see the initials JS for John Sinnock. Many historians and Selma Burke herself knew it wasn't true. In 1944, Selma won commission to sculpt FDR. Selma's sketch became the bronze plaque, which now sits at the Recorder of Deeds building in Washington, D.C. When the dime was released in 1946, her profile was a mirror image of the bronze plaque. While the U.S. Mint never officially corrected the record, FDR's own son, James Roosevelt, later acknowledged that his father's image on the coin likely came from Selma's hands. It remains one of the greatest uncredited contributions in American numismatic history. Beyond the dime, her legacy is cast in bronze across America. She founded the Selma Burke Art Center in Pittsburgh because she believed art belonged to the people, especially those who were often locked out of the galleries. Selma Burke didn't go completely unnoticed. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter honored her with a Lifetime Achievement Award, and she received several honorary doctorates. She worked well into her 90s, proving that creativity has no expiration date. She passed away in 1995, but every time you look at a dime or see a sculpture that celebrates Black dignity, you are seeing the hands of Selma Burke at work. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Uh, um, yeah. Now, Selma Burke. Would we?
Yeah, this was really interesting.
we-
I'm so glad that we got this suggestion because I was not familiar and I actually, went to work and told some coworkers about it and was, shit because we were kind of like doing some Black history, presentations at work or like, just displaying it out
Mhm,
and like, oh,
mhm.
here's a fact, and sharing it. So that was cool to share that with other people too. And I saw some social media videos about it as well. Her not getting credit, like it's still officially never gotten credit. And, it's like obvious that her sketch is the one that they base the dime on. And John Sinek, who was the chief engraver for the U.S. Mint, got credit to this day. His initials are on there. So
And not
pretty
her.
deep. Correct. So she never officially ever got credit.
So they didn't give her credit, but they gave her all those other accolades.
Right. So, she's been recognized just for her art in general. And then she's in the Smithsonian, she's all over, but the US Mint never gave her credit.
Oh, okay. But at
Hmm.
least they have some type of recognition of her onto that particular the coin. So as much as they may have tried to do it, it did not work. So Denise said no audio. So I guess you'd sum up. We're gonna sum up, Denise. We're gonna sum it up for you,
Yeah.
and we'll probably send it out to to you so that you can have a listen to it and what she's created. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah, the
cool.
audio version will be uploaded, soon. But I mean, it's more about the visuals. But the main thing is that she started as a nurse. Art was still like the foundation of what she was truly interested in. She was a
Mhm.
veteran. I mean, she did so many things. It's just amazing, even going to Europe to do
Mhm.
her artistry and working with Picasso and Matisse. I mean, her life is just really extraordinary. You know what I mean?
Wait, she
Accomplished a
worked with
lot of things.
Picasso?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty
So how did
cool.
she get to Europe? She was
Yeah.
on a
So
scholarship,
after
or
she spent time, so this is after she went into the Navy,
right? Ah,
and was in Harlem with the Harlem Renaissance, and she was able to, get funding to go to Europe, which a lot of people during that time, went to Europe. A lot of musicians, as we know, um, writers and stuff like that, and we get treated differently in Paris. So yeah,
I
it's
wonder what
really
happened because there's a time and place that Harlem was really a big thing when it was
yeah, the
culture,
20s.
culture, music, and fashion. Harlem was like the in thing, and I think that connection to Europe may have sparked it. I, I want to probably go look into it further
Yeah, the
because
20s, the
it has
Harlem
huge
Renaissance.
support.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. But
It is.
the thing that we probably want to find out is how did it start? Who started the whole idea? Like, as in, it's not somebody had to have come in and said, you know what, this is fashion. This is what I like. This is what is going on around here. Hey, Europe does this, or people came from Europe and said, hey, you know what, this is what is being done in Europe. Why don't we incorporate it here? There has to be a movement that was started by somebody somewhere
It
for it to
is
have
a
caught on.
documented Harlem Renaissance movement, but we can talk about that. It's a lot of information out there about it. So yeah, that's
Denise
certainly
says yes, please. She wants to learn about that.
yeah,
It,
that'd be
it
dope.
probably would be one of the shows that we'll maybe delve into our culture of fashion, design, maybe music and what have you, because it's really big. It was really big at that
It
time.
is. Yeah.
Or maybe if we can get somebody from Harlem to talk about it too.
That's an idea. But no, I was definitely inspired. So thank you, Miss Denise, for your idea. I definitely, for the next one, I know we haven't officially said, but I feel like inventors. There's so many inventions that have been created by African Americans. I'm inspired by that thought alone, but we can, decide. I definitely want to get
So
some
you're gonna
gentlemen
do.
in the mix.
I already have mine for next week, and it's really
Mhm.
interesting. It's not really an inventor, but he was a trendsetter. Never even knew about him.
Okay,
You
so who
would
are you
not even
sharing?
have. No, I'm not.
Wait, so what's the genre? Because we were trying to
No, it's just
stay.
a no. The thing we no, it's not an inventor. I'm done with inventors. Done.
What do you mean you're done?
This is a trendsetter, and you'll be amazed by what he brought to the table.
Okay, well, I'm
It's
gonna do a
really really
guy.
interesting.
I'm gonna present on a
Uh-huh.
guy because we've
Oh
done
yeah, guys.
ladies
Yeah.
so far. Yeah,
hmm
so okay, that's all right.
What's the guy going to be about?
But I'm debating on George Speck, who also went
hmm
by George Crumb, and he
hmm
is responsible for the potato chip. So I'm really intrigued by that. And
Uh
then
everybody knows about the potato chip. They even played. There's
no,
a
we
sort of
don't.
movie.
No, we don't know
And
about the
everybody
potato
knows about it.
chip.
They even had a video. They have a video running on Instagram about it.
That is, I think that people don't generally know that the potato chip is created by a black man. So I feel like and shout out to the chat. Um,
Joseph Joseph Greer says, "Hey." Joseph Greer
that's
the third said,
that's
"Hey."
my brother. So shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, but Jen, potato chips. What else
Ask a
do you have?
white person.
You had
Ask a
potato
white
chips.
person if they know that the potato chip was made by a black man. I bet you they'll be
Okay,
surprised and
okay.
stunned.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll do the potato chips.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
I mean, I feel like Garrett Morgan. I mean, I may just
Who's
do a
Garrett Morgan?
little the traffic light. Wait, am I mixing him up with the actor? Wait a minute.
No, but the traffic light. Everybody knows about the traffic light.
No, we don't know about the traffic light.
No, can we get a suggestion from maybe the chat can give us a suggestion? Because I know
Yeah, Garrett Morgan. Yeah, Garrett Morgan is.
I've heard Garrett Morgan from K104 7 times.
No, I'm talking about Garrett Morgan, who created the traffic.
Traffic light.
Yeah,
Yes. And the potato chips. We've heard about him.
George Speck that
Yes.
created the potato chips.
He got
You
mad, and then after that,
are
threw a whole-
cultured enough to know about George Speck, who created the potato chip, but I feel like the general person, the average person, does not know about some of the inventions. And maybe we could just do a little, mix of inventors you may not know and just give a little blurb with visuals.
So maybe you throw in the inventors you may have known, like that Instagram. Is it an Instagram? No, was it a Instagram
Yeah,
or
the video with the couple
yeah?
that did
Okay,
that
yeah,
was
the one that
cool.
showed everything. Yeah, maybe that. If you run that, maybe. But those
No.
are the no, not run that video. I mean, we're talking about
Okay.
your own. Make it your own.
Yeah.
But
Some of the ones they touched on were good, like the mailbox. I don't think I knew about that the mailbox was created by a black person. The home security system,
okay, the mailbox. That's an interesting. Okay, home
and
security
then
system.
the home security system. They did the potato chip, and then the super soaker, and the
The
home
Super Soaker. That
home.
one everybody knows the Super Soaker because we had
Who
a
is
lot of controversy.
everybody? Who was
My kids know
everybody?
it. It ran. You know how they do it. What's this short guy on this comedian from
Kevin
Philadelphia?
Hart. Kevin
Kevin
Hart.
Hart. He runs a series. They run a series on Netflix, and my kids used to watch it every single time and be like, "Oh, Daddy, did you know?" Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Everything they ran that. They did all that, but
Mhm.
um, sure.
Yeah, and then the home video game was it's a lot of
Now
them. So
that
just
one was okay,
that's interesting, right? And
okay.
then I want to say the toilet paper holder and the ice cream scoop. The
That
ice
one we
cream
know.
scoop.
That one we know.
I I didn't know that one.
Jen,
The ice, yeah.
you know, Jen.
Oh God, don't even. Don't even.
Do we need to take your card?
Oh, okay. We have questions in the chat.
Okay. Tiffany asks, "What are your perspectives on both the individual presented?" Well, let me see. What are your perspectives?
No, so for the one that you
With the
had with Miss Claudette Colvin,
Mhm.
she was 15 years old. I mean, to have the courage to, in the face of angry people yelling and all of that, she said no. Can you imagine being 15? I mean, it takes a lot of courage to do that, a lot of guts to do that. So it's definitely a proud moment, and to in just realizing what they had to deal with and go through. So that is kind of definitely inspiring to me that someone so young, wanted to stand up for what's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and okay. So to me, when we're talking about Claudette, when I was reading through it, it's the perspective. I'm going to take it to the parents.
Mhm.
The mom was a maid, and the dad was a yard
Mhm.
man. And those are one of the reasons why I think on my slide, if I'm to bring the slide on, not now, but if you look at the slide, the the mom went and actually talked to one of the civil rights people, and he actually said because they came from a poor neighborhood and the dad worked on a yard and she was a maid, it was not conducive to being out there. But her mom still believed in her. Now, when she was taken to jail, she was not taken to a juvenile center. They actually took her to a real jail cell and put her in
Mm-hmm.
there. And her mom had to go bail her out. And when she went there, she said the mom told her, Claudette, you done it. But she was proud of what the kid had done, right? Her
Right.
daughter. And I think she also told the bus driver um, when she was in the bus, she said, "Oh, I I know my rights. We just studied the Constitution today, this afternoon, and everyone is equal." Blah blah. They said that, and then that's when he
Mm-hmm.
quipped and said, I paid for my ticket, and I might as well have the seat." And it's those type of courage to be, the courage in them as a young kid, and the backing of your parents is
Mm-hmm.
what I think made her be, strong at will to say what she wants. And
Yeah.
even when she was um she was kind of sidelined on the
Mm-hmm.
case,
Right.
Gayle versus the Brown, is it Brown versus, was it Brown versus Gayle, Brown versus Gayle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that case, they had to take four people, and then she was actually included. And but she was one of the main character witnesses in that and played a pivotal role. Now, by her going in there and speaking, the mom even said, it was because of you that they went and said that it was unconstitutional, even though they were trying to, put it, kind of sideline her. But the mom made sure that she made the child be, out there, like, hey, you matter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
We have
Garrett
some
Morgan is the
suggestions.
one who invented the brown condo. What's a condo?
No, Garrett Morgan is the traffic light.
Yeah. Oh,
Um.
yeah. Garrett Morgan's traffic, and then the brown condo. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one I'm working on. The one Tiffany's talking about. That one. That's what.
Okay.
Yes. That's all I'm telling you. Uh,
Okay.
Then, then Denise said Rebecca Lee Crumpler,
Hmm.
and then the
And it's
super.
super soaker.
So, Denise, what did Rebecca Lee Crumpler do? Please enlighten us. I need some history. Stop cheating.
Who me?
Yes, I know what you're
Yeah.
trying to do. Looking at the black, the brown condo. Don't say anything. Don't
No,
ruin
I'm
my
looking
surprise.
up Rebecca Lee.
Right. So, by the way, we haven't talked about your perspective on what's the face name, on
Selma Burke.
Selma Burke. I think
Yeah.
art. I like the idea of her art. As someone who
Yeah.
loves art, I
And I
like the
love
way
the
she expresses
fact
herself.
that, she was told by her grandmother that, this don't pay the bills, you gotta go and be a nurse. And so she said, okay. And so she was a nurse for a little bit, got her coins together and she still did her art. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like when you're an artist and a creative, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills, which I think we all do when we have the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9. You know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
love that is part of her story that she was a nurse, she was in the Navy, she drove a truck in the Navy, and but she still did her art, she still worked on her passion, and this once in a lifetime opportunity to sketch FDR, turns into this whole controversy of the dime. But, she doesn't let that discourage her. She opens her own art center, doing plays and productions, sharing her art with the community. She made a really great sculpture of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, that and other people. And she just, didn't let that discourage her, even though it did bother her. You know what I mean? I think she publicly shared that it bothered her, but she's, didn't let that discourage her. She got awards, accolades, honorary doctorate, and things like that. So definitely another inspiring story that I was glad to learn about and not hadn't known about her ahead of time.
can we say long game? Because
Uh-huh.
even though she played the long game, she still was into her art and stuff. But even though it looked like it was not promising at that time, she still
Mhm.
had the heart of it. And a lot of people really stop getting into their doing whatever they need to do, or they do what they love because they have to give it up for something else. But
Right.
I think the perspective it teaches you is stay humble, eyes on the prize, look at the long game, and it'll pan out. And look at the way in the end you're getting so much accolades. You know what? Somebody I know, she's called Anna Molago. She is a poet, and she has this poem which is very famous right now. I didn't know I was African until, if you go look for it on the web, you'll find it. I did not know I was African until. Um, I've known her for a long time, and way back, way back. And when she came, she was a struggling artist, and she started off small. We had conversations. She was like, "Man, I'm trying to do this." I'm like, "Look, stay at it." Um, at one point I was like, you really want to you really want to do this? She said, yeah, I'm not going to give up, I'm going to still do it. And she stuck with her acting, music, and
Hmm.
poetry. And it only took one time, that poem, that I don't know I was African until. Once that one hit, that was it. You know where she is right now?
Hmm.
She teaches in Harvard.
Okay, that's great.
Yep. No, not Harvard. Howard. Black.
Okay, Howard University.
HBCU. Sorry. Howard University. She teaches over there.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And
Nice.
when you look at, she played the long game. She's never stopped. She just kept on going and kept on going. And right
Hmm.
now she's at the top of a game, well known in this in her circles. So I think that's what I would say came about my idea when you talk about uh, Selma Burke.
Yes, definitely. Which is encouraging for us struggling creatives out here. Don't give up on your passions. If you are determined and stay with it, it'll work out for you. So.
And I think even didn't when I read on the NPR, I listened to the video I listened to the story about Miss Colvin
Mhm.
Claudette, and she said she didn't mind being sidelined because she
Mhm.
knew, she was like, you know what, I understand what is going on. Let's let her move. Let Rosa Parks take the heat, because 9 months later, that's when she came on. And I think at that time when she was coming on, when her stuff was happening, that's when the case for Brown and Gayle. I gotta check that one out. Confirm it. Um, that's the that's around the same time that it was catching heat, and
Mhm.
then the Montgomery bus strike
Browder.
came. Yeah, the Montgomery bus strike started going on. Did you know that it ran for over a year?
Oh
It was 382 days.
yeah. Mhm.
They decided they're not going to take a bus with all that time.
Yeah.
That's patience right there. Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For
Oh, we
sure.
got another one, Benjamin Bradley. Okay,
Okay.
want to take note about Jen. See, uh, Benjamin Bradley.
Mhm.
Why don't you do Benjamin Bradley, and then we'll throw in the soup.
Right.
There's the other part, the chips and the
You know what?
check who's Benjamin Bradley. We can throw in the chips and the other.
Oh, he's an inventor also, so he can be a part of the inventor series.
Okay, no, don't say what he invented, because
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for the surprise. You surprise me,
Okay.
and,
Okay.
and I'll stay away from that. And then, but I guess I'll know on the day before, because we'll do a test run, right?
Yes.
Right. But everybody else on the live with us, was there anything that you may have caught on this particular show that you think would be of interest, or what you have picked up from it? Somebody say we keep it up. Jim, do you know there was one thing, and up to date, I it really hurts my heart. we're in the 20th century, and right now you hear in the Olympics they have right now the Winter Olympics are going on, and they have this first black woman, first. We're talking about first right now
Yes.
in the 20th century. We should be talking about the fourth, fifth, or
Yeah,
she's
we
the
were
10th.
just watching that when we were eating dinner, me and my husband. Yeah. That there's
It
not a lot
really,
of
it's
black
really sad.
people
You
in
have
it, period. Yeah.
they, right now them then the point of, oh, there's not been a white person who's won 2 gold medals, 3 gold medals. Here we're celebrating just the fact that they have made it there.
Hmm.
But you know what? We're coming. It's like the more access we have, the more we know, the more we're getting there. Shout out to the women in the Winter Olympics who are doing their thing, and the men as well. But um, it's gonna be good. At least they put a start to it, and then people look at people watch them and say, hey, I've seen this person do this, and I'm gonna follow. And my favorite thing I like, and this is when, let me tell you something. The day I see Keisha or what's in, give me a name. Keisha, Rochelle,
Okay.
and Tawana.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, doing that thing. You know that thing where they push the ball.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, the day I see them doing that, oh, we made it. We made it. We in it. And then they're doing that thing where they push.
Yeah, like shaving it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Hmm.
The day we see that, oh, we made it. Count me in. We made it. But I think that's in sports. But generally, I think I'll sum it up like this: women are actually doing a great thing in the corporate world as well. I
Hmm.
think there shout outs to all who are getting out there and running business. Um, from your local, from you starting with you running a business, small business, all the way to the other people who are out there pushing the narrative that, hey, black women can do. And just to let you all know, from me, Sambaza, and my podcast, and our Sambazaji, we're proud of you and what you're doing.
All right. We received that. Thank you for sharing.
Now let's
For
get paid.
sure.
Show me the money.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm energized. I'm excited to continue our series. And yes, any other thoughts before we
Um, I'm looking forward for next week.
okay.
That we're gonna do. It's not that it's gonna be a change, but it's gonna be on a different scale. And I know we cannot cover every one of them, but we will just be putting what we can, and hopefully this will be a start to somebody saying, "Hey, you know what? Let me go and look out for those that I have known. We're not doing the chips. We're not doing the traffic lights. We're not doing the other things. The what do you call it? The
Super soaker?
super soaker lights. I think lights as well.
Okay.
Those. I'm not saying that we're not doing them, but we use those as base. Then look for the ones that we have not seen.
Mhm.
Right. I think that would be a good thing to do, and what I hope my contribution on this particular collaborative will do, especially on Black History Month.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, I think the point is to, highlight the ones that are not as known. I mean, people are making Black history every day. So, that list will continue to grow and we'll just have to share the knowledge. So,
Right.
yeah, right on. Right on. Well, I think we will make some good
Take
time
us
today
home.
and
Yeah.
conclude. So yeah, and we challenge you guys to look up some facts you may not know on your own and share with someone else, right? So
And then
share
come and
the
share that
knowledge.
next week.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about
Yeah.
it For
All right.
sure. So we thank you guys for joining us. We hope that today's conversation has inspired and enlightened you. If you found it meaningful, we love for you to share it with family and friends. Our collective awareness and advocacy play a crucial role in creating positive change. We invite you to stay tuned for more engaging content, and we look forward to continuing these important conversations in the future. So until next time. Thank you guys and take care.